Hello, I'd like to talk to you today about FishFry. FishFry is my dice game that I've invented. My name is Scott Westgard. You can find FishFry on BoardGameGeek.com if you look for it there. They have a review and several interesting articles about it in there. But I'm going to give a short review on how to play FishFry right here, and we have 3 players with us to try and play it. All right, this is how you catch a fish. First of all, in order to catch a fish, you need a head and a tail. A head and a tail together is worth 10 points. It's a 10-pound fish, okay? The other dice are body parts, and you put those between the head and the tail to make larger fish. So if I put a 10 and a 20 together with the head and the tail, it would be 20, 30, 40 points or 40 pounds worth of fish. The little dice that have a panfish on them are only worth 1 point, and they cannot be re-rolled in your 3 rolls to add to the fish, but they do add 1 point to the fish. So this would be a 20, 30, 41 pound fish. Okay. Now there's different size bodies. There's a 5, a 10, and a 20. So when you roll all 5 dice, you're going to end up trying to make a fish by adding the heads and tails together. Like in this roll, I have to put these 2 aside. I can't re-roll them. I got a tail. I can save the 20 if I want to, but in this case I really want to get a head to make a fish, so I'm going to re-roll these 2. I got a head. Okay, so this head and the tail and a 20 makes a 20, 30-pound fish. Add these 2 to it, it'll be a 32-pound fish. Okay, if you manage to roll all the little fish in your 3 rolls that you have, this is called a fish fry. You instantly win the game and take the pot and then start over, and you start over because you won, and you win the pot with a fish fry. Okay, so now we'll try and play the game with us 3 players. We try and catch a fish here. Whoever catches the biggest fish will win the game. If we were playing for money, there'd be a pot of money out here. But right now we're just playing for fun. I'll roll all 5 dice. Okay, I caught a fish. I got a head and a tail. Now I also got 2 body parts that I can put in between the head and the tail to add to the size of the fish. Okay, the head and the tail together is worth 10 points, like I said. You put it together with a 10 and a 15, so you'd have 10, 25, 25-point fish. Now I also have an extra dice that I can roll, and I get 2 more rolls of the dice to roll it. So I'll roll this one. Nope, another head, it's not worth anything. Extra heads are not worth anything. Extra tails are not worth anything. Roll it 1 more time. I got another 10. Yay. All right, so that adds to the size of the fish. So I got 10, 20, 35. 35-pound fish for me. Now, the next person would be up next and have to do the same thing and try and catch a bigger fish.
Come on, Whip.
All right, Jim. Jim rolls 2 small fish, only worth 2 points, and 1 tail. Save the tail, because you'll need it to make a fish. Nope, still didn't roll a head, so you're not going to have a fish unless you have a head. Nothing. Okay, so Jim gets 2 points. And my 35-pound fish is still in the lead. That's right.
Lame.
Well, you got a tail. Save 1 of the tails. Probably going to re-roll all the rest of the dice, unless you want to save a 5. 5 is the smallest size of the fish, but you can save it. And you got a head. Uh-oh, she might be beating me here. So a head, a 20, a 5, and a 5. So this is 30, 20, 30, 40-pound fish.
I win.
Pat
Once again, Pat wins. So she would take the whole pot, and then we would start over and play the game again. Okay, so this is FishFry by Scott Westgard. Like I said, you can find it on Board Game Geek. Look up FishFry, and the game is currently for sale by myself. They are laser engraved dice, so they're a little bit expensive to create, but right now I'm selling the game for $20 plus shipping and handling. So I'll try 1 more roll here. Ooh, I got a big one. Look at that. 20 and a 20. A head and a tail, and then an extra dice. So this is right now worth 40, 50. It's a 50-pound fish right there, and I get 2 more rolls. Nope, head doesn't help me. An extra 5. Ooh, that's good. That's a 55-pound fish.
That would be a win.
That's the biggest. Incidentally, you can catch a 70-pound fish is the biggest. Now, there's 1 more rule that I want to talk about. If you manage to roll all the little panfish in 1 roll, you've just rolled a fish fry. And you instantly win the game with a fish fry. Now you got 3 rolls to do it, but it can be done.